Hello, it's 8:52 p.m. 8:52 p.m. Sorry, loud ass vehicles. But it's 8:52 p.m. in case you didn't hear me. 8:52 p.m. Right when I started my video, that's when they started raggedy ass dirty car up. So maybe I started the video at a wrong time when I thought it was quiet enough finally, but I hate weekends. It's really crazy. And to me, I think Friday nights is the wildest. So I was trying to say it's 8:52 in case y'all couldn't hear me. 8:52 p.m. Central Time here in Pensacola. I'm sorry if I sounded repetitive. I just wanted to make sure y'all that y'all heard me because that engine was stupid loud. So well, I'm exhausted and tired, and I'm surprised that I survived work today. Oh, see how it's uncalled for. But I accidentally got soap in my mouth, and so I'm sorry if my mouth seems like it's trying to suds and foam up. So that's why, sorry if I keep spitting. It was by unintentional a little bit, trying to rinse the soap off of my toothbrush. But feels weird that after I called the poison control center just to stay on the safe side. And they said that I should be very fine. They said people make those mistakes all the time, if you got a little soap accidentally. And I thought I rinsed it off thoroughly enough. And then went to brush my teeth, and still, because that sodium lauryl sulfate, I heard it's caused extra foam and suds. So I'm sorry about that, but these narcissistic perps, even strangers online and in person, they either know where I work at or anxious to find online and in person, anxious to find out where I work at. They're anxious to find out where I work at, or they know where I work at. And I'd be like, well, how do you know where I work at? And then they're like, oh, people talk. Like, a man just did that to me. So it was a black man who drives a red raggedy truck. And he acted like as if he gives people some Christian CDs and Bible tracts or whatever, gospel tracts. But, last night I wasn't sure what his intent was, asking me all kinds of questions. I said, well, hey, I remember you from 2 years ago. So, I don't even know if he's a Masonic perp masquerading as a Christian, or if he is, I don't know. But last night I kind of felt uncomfortable. But then later on he gave me $20. But he was asking me. I know to never tell a man, especially a man that's a stranger, to never tell him exactly where I sleep at, So, I don't know you, and you want to ask me questions about exactly where I sleep at and stuff with me being homeless. So then later on he called me back over, and I left. And it's like, I don't know, because I thought he was trying to plan something sexual towards me or something. I wasn't sure, because it was after 9 o'clock, about 9 o'clock that night. So, so then he, sorry, y'all. So then he, later on caught up with me and gave me $20, so I wasn't sure what his intent was. It was dark like this. And around this time, a little bit, it seemed like a perp. Idiot. Why drive down here? Idiot. I mean, I guess it's downtown anywhere on weekends that they like to show off. Wow. So, I mean, that's the man that he saw me today. And he asked me, he knew exactly where I work at. And I asked him, well, how do you know? He said, oh, people talk. No, your ass went asking about me. Ain't nobody gonna just walk up to you. After you try to ask about me yesterday, you went and asked about me. So he tried to ask me, I figured that he's a Masonic perp, and he acted like he wanted to get all in my doggone business, yet he fronts like he's a Christian, So he knew exactly where I work, the name of where I work at, and asked me about it. And so many people, even like complete strangers, are questioning me about where I work at. I'm homeless. I just got my job about a month ago, and I'm still struggling. Still can't find a place to live. Excuse me. And it's weird, So it's like, wow, this is the weirdest feeling. And they sure that I'm not harmed. It seemed like as if I didn't even swallow the any of the soap residue, but it seemed like it's trying to come from my, like suds. It's trying to come from my throat. But the poison control center said I'm fine. But I feel okay. I just, sorry I keep spitting, but anyway. So anyway, at least 2 people have told me that my employer likes me a lot and speaks highly of me. So that helps me feel better. It helps me feel more secure, and it helps me feel less punished. It helped me, it helped me feel less punished, with the job that I have. I'm glad that it helps me feel more motivated, it helped me feel more motivated that one of the bosses said that he liked me a lot, and he likes my work, and he likes how I clean up and everything. But the immediate supervisor, his sister passed away, so he went out of town to go to her funeral. So the guy who trained me, Michael, he's a narcissistic abuser. I could never be good enough or perfect enough. That he was filling in for the immediate supervisor. And so, I just hate when narcissistic abusers, like, you can never be good enough or perfect enough, and they being like, overly critical and quote unquote, negative. I don't like that word negative, but they'd be negative and overly critical about everything you do and say they got a problem with it, but then they tell you that you do nothing but complain so much. It's like nothing's ever good enough. So I have it in plan, you know, to do a video talking about how narcissistic abusers create the OCD condition in their victims. But I have to make that a separate video. I mean, what he did to me today, it pretty much inspired that video topic. But I just have to wait. I'm just so tired right now. But the bigger boss, the one who supposedly spoke highly of me, he not that bad, so he's not that bad, he's okay. So it's like I'm glad I get to mostly work alone and by myself, and I get to work by myself, and I can work at my own pace pretty much. But see, the immediate supervisor, he let me be me, and every once in a while he might be like, well, why you didn't do this or why you didn't do that? I'm sorry, I forgot to do it. Forgive me, I'm sleep deprived. But this guy Michael, he act like he is overly obsessed with the woman's sanitary bags of where the woman put their dirty sanitary pads at. He acts like as if his main concern is being overly obsessed about the sanitary bags. Excuse me. He acts like he's overly obsessed about the sanitary bags being put neatly in the I don't even want to touch those things. Like, I even with wearing gloves, I don't want to touch, but I got no choice but to. But it's hard for me to even touch it. Touch the used dirty bags, even with the gloves on, and then put them in the trash and then replace them with new ones. But he's sitting there talking about he want me to make it nice and pretty, make it look nice and pretty and neat and everything. Like, I'm like, come on, like, leave me alone. Like, so I'm glad he left me alone for the rest of the day. Like, and then he tried to talk to me like as if I lack intelligence. Like, that's the same guy who trained me in his last day, my first week, actually second week. My first few days there, he made it. He tried to give me a lecture about myself. And I'm like, why should I change myself for you? Or why do I have to do all these things? You just temporarily. Why should I change my life for you and I don't have to see you no more, really? So, I told them, about my disabilities and challenges. He want to try to still force me to do this and that anyway. The other ones, they just let me be me as long as they don't care, as long as things be clean. But Michael, he want to come right behind me and make sure I have stuff cleaned the way he wants it. But everybody else, they don't really care. As long as it's just clean. But nah, he wants it a special kind of clean. And I'm like, people like you is why I have OCD. But yeah, I was thinking about doing a video, you know. I was thinking about doing a video talking about how narcissistic abuse creates OCD in their victims. So this machine over here is getting loud. So I gotta go, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.